Welcome to the International Conference on Artificial Intelligence. I hope you're all having a great time at the conference so far. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the second session of this exciting and insightful event on artificial intelligence. Welcome all. So, I would like to introduce our second speaker, Mr. Abishake Castro, the legal advisor, CBS System Corp. And he's going to talk about on the topic International Perspective Study on AI and its legal issues. Welcome, Abhishek, and the stage is yours. Please.
Thank you, CBS. Thank you all. So good evening, everyone. Today, we are going to see a very interesting topic in which I'm going to connect the artificial intelligence with the legal perspectives of international and national perspective. So when you see the artificial intelligence, you have to understand it cannot be compared with the human depth intelligence. The human depth intelligence and the human knowledge, the intellectual property cannot be compared with anything in this world. Because even this artificial intelligence, chat GPT, whatever it might be, it's all introduced by the human being. It all invention and innovation and of the human being. First, you have to understand this. So when it comes to an emergence, a development, a growth, or a progress, or whatever the innovation, invention, whatever happens in this world, there will be possibility of violating the privacy, violation of law, and act of crime, a wrong thought, a wrong action, and a wrong result. And then to control this, we need compliance of laws, a legal framework, a compliance of all the rules, regulations, and then the orders, and then the court rules, and then the judicial precedents, and etc. So when there is a development, there will be a crime. This formula you people must understand. Where there is a rule, there will be a break of rule. Where there is a law, there will be a break of law. Where there is an invention or a growth or a development or progress, whatever, etc., in the human progress, in the human civilization, definitely we will see the violation in the same place it will happen. So this point you have to understand. In this way only, the human civilization has emerged from the past several millions and several years, you can say. So now I will say in interesting case matters. Then I will connect the legal perspective shortly. So you have to understand the Christian Lobatin, SAS, and others versus Shu Botik, Sutik. It is a Delhi High Court case. In this, what happened? The Delhi High Court has used the AI chatbots and artificial intelligence to adjudicate a case. In that, what happened? The AI chatbots has interpreted the fact of the case, but they were not able to brief to the court the merits of the case, and then they were not able to brief to the court the factual matters, the ingredients, and the law subject matters they were able to discuss. They were able to express to the court, but the feelings of the clients in the both cases, the both parties, the artificial intelligence was not able to express what is the advantage, disadvantage of the case ruling, and how these parties will be affected, and that the AI was not able to express. So you see the human feelings, the human emotions, the human's pain, the human sorrow, sufferings, the AI cannot express. So immediately what the Delhi High Court decided, with AI, we cannot exactly bring the human emotions, human feelings, or human thoughts. So in the case, what happened? The court did not allow the AI chatbots to express opinion on the case, or they did not get the help of the AI adjudication. So this you have to understand. And another case in Punjab High Court, what happened? Judge Jaswinder Singh versus State of Punjab. In that case, what happened? One of the crime has happened. In that cruelty has been happened in that crime. So the sections, the law, the penal provisions, the offenses, the punishment, and etc., compensation, everything AA was able to express because AA has been fed with everything. You all know very well the concept of AA. But the AI was not able to express the depth of that cruelty, the pain of the cruelty, the result of that cruelty, the grievous hurt of the cruelty, what the victim has faced, the AI was not able to express. So what happened? Immediately, the court has stopped. AI is not able to express the result of the cruelty. So they did not allow AA to deal with the legal case matter. So in that, like that, U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas, now they are using Justice Brantley allowed to use AA in their court, but AA was not able to express the exact human feelings. It was able to mention the quotes and then the citations, the case number, and then the case, judicial precedent, past cases, everything it was able to express, but it was not able to express the human feelings and human sentiments. This you have to understand. And then the United States District Court of the Illinois, even our own company is in Illinois, CBS. Justice Gabriel Futers has issued an order to use AI in the documentation, drafting, and then the pleading and the case filing and case numbering. But it is effective because these works AI can do, but AI cannot express the human imagination, human feelings, and etc. Even the International Trade Court, Justice Stephen Wadden requested lawyers to certify that use of AI tool has not resulted in the disclosure of any confidential or business proprietary information to any unauthorized party. So with the AI, there is a issues related to right to privacy, the protection of confidential information, etc. All has become a very big disaster, a danger. It was quoted by the judge of the Stephen Wadden in the International Trade Court. These are all the recent issues. So I will tell you another good incident, a good example, how AI cannot be matched with the human intelligence. I'm not arguing that, but I'm telling that AI is really a great innovation, but it cannot replace the human being. But in certain areas, it is able to replace. In that, humans have to get equipped and they have to compete with AI in order to stop the automation. But human capacity is something different, which is a gift of nature. So another important thing in this matter, DeepSeek versus ChatGPT. You have to understand this case. Recently in the world, we are facing the economic war and the technology war, and then the missile war, and then etc. Intercontinental ballistical missiles war, supersonic missiles war. Like this world is going now. What they are taking, America has invented ChatGPT. You know, NVIDIA, that issue, Silicon Valley, that group. So what, in order to beat the American market, stock market, and the American economy, China has immediately invented DeepSeek, which is a very less kind of investment, which is very, very less compared to the ChatGPT. So it is like a technology war. Now, artificial intelligence has created a law and order issue in the global scenario, which is helping to use a technology war against a country. So now I'll quickly go into the legal frameworks in India. Actually, where AI is giving its impact, it gives its impact in the ownership, copyright, infringement risk of a patent, data protection regulations, and then data leakage and breaches, and then it has its connect with tort liability and bias and discrimination. And AI governance frameworks directly, it affects the sectors like bank, finance, technology, IT, and then education, healthcare, space science, and then the politics, and then the global nations relationship, United Nations. It has connect with the international trade, and then the export and import, and then it has connect with the global geological study, and then it has connect with the natural disaster control, and then it has connected with the entire human day-to-day life routine. You have to understand this. And the emerging regulations. To be frank, I will come to a very important point. Where are the areas we can apply AI in the legal area? I will tell you now. So legal research, you can apply AI, and the document review, you can apply the AI. Predictive analytics, you can apply the AI. Contract analysis, you can apply the AI. Virtual kind of assistance, a virtual supports. Even Ranjit sir has given a AI. See, AI is a comparer in this event. So you can see that virtual support you can get from AI. And then what way AI is responsible for the crimes happening? Because liability, for example, if anybody AI is causing harm, the liability is not with AI, but the person who's using the AI. And intellectual property, data protection, accountability, new job opportunities, and changes in the traditional roles, the customs and traditions, everything will change when AI is giving an impact. And then increased efficiency. It may be seen as increased efficiency, but long term, it's a disaster. In many ways, it's a disaster. So regulatory framework in AI, European Union, United States, and India has given a very good legal framework for the artificial intelligence. And very important point I would like to brief is that in India, we have IT Act 2000. The IT Act 2000 gives importance to AI because cybersecurity, data protection, intermediary liability frameworks is there in the Indian IT Act. And then Indian Contract Act governs the contractual relationship related to AI, because AI we can apply in contracts. And then consumer protection, you know very well, unfair trade practices. In that also now they're using AI. So AI has its connect in the all these areas. So Consumer Protection Act, proposed Digital Act. Recently, our Indian government has came up with the draft of the artificial intelligence framework, the legal framework, and the proposed Digital India Act. In that, they have given separate kind of provisions to the AI, and the Ministry of Electronics, MITI, Apex Ministry for regulating AI is in India, and the Niti Aayog, they have given importance to AI, NASSCOM, Bureau of Indian Standards, International Organization for Standardization, Indian Institute of Chartered Accountants, even every Indian government departments now they are giving importance to AI. Now we'll go to the United States. International perspective, I'm dealing with this matter. The National Artificial Intelligence Initiative Act 2020 gives importance to AI in America. And then bipartisan. Yeah. So bipartisan House Task Force of AI 2024, America has been proposed. And then President Joe Biden's executive order from 2003 to 2024 gives more importance to AI. Even Donald Trump has given importance to AI because aims to remove barriers to American leadership in AI, promoting unbiased, agenda-free development for AI systems. American President Donald Trump, even in 2025, has given passed more executive orders on AI. And the Colorado AI Act, and then the Illinois Supreme Court AI policy, patent protection, copyright protection, trade secret protection, and the Federal Trade Commission, United States Patent and Trademark Office has given importance to AI. And then international level, UNESCO recommendation on AI ethics, UN high-level panel on digital cooperation, European Union AI regulation, General Data Protection Regulation, Convention 108 plus, Ad hoc Committee for Artificial Intelligence, OECD AI principles, and then OECD Going Digital Project, ILO Global Commission on the Future of Work, ILO Centenary Declaration, WIPO Convention, ICRC report, everything, whatever I have briefed now, it all gives its importance to AI. So you imagine how the world is transforming to AI. Even New York Times is using Chat GPT in their news making, in their news promotion, and then the news making. They are using the AI. New York Times and the Times, they are using AI. Even India, Times of India, Hindu, all are using AI. Even the new phones, the smartphones are using AI. So in this way, all perspective, the world is getting ready with the legal framework to use AI. Use AI. So when you discuss whatever the laws I have briefed as of now, what are the case studies in a short minute I have briefed to you people, you have to understand that when there is an innovation, growth, or a development, definitely we will face violation, crime, offenses, and then the break of law and all, etc. But when, as a conclusion remarks, what I would like to brief is that human imagination, for example, a thought, action, and a result. Human is thinking a crime. He is executing the crime in the action, and he is facing a result of the crime, a murder or theft or a robbery or a dacoity or extortion. But at the same time, when the crime has happened, immediately that human being is booked for his crime. He is imprisoned and he is undergoing a trial. He is getting a punishment and he is getting acquittal or punished based on the proofs, evidences, documents, records, electronic evidences, digital evidences. But when it comes to AI, even whatever the development it might be, even the smartphones, now many crimes are happening. The development, the even in the, what to say, even in the online platforms, online crimes, online game platforms, and a lot of crimes are happening. Like that, when AI commits a crime, how we are going to book the AI? How we are going to punish the operator of that AI? How we are going to make them liable for the offenses they commit using the AI? So in this way, you have to understand AI in any way, it cannot replace the human imagination. It cannot even replace the human being. But in the sectors to get the immediate expeditious work, they believe on AI. They believe on the AI as a, what is there, lost hope or a lost resort. It's not like that. So we have to make a strong legal framework for AI. It's emerging. It's an emerging area. So the entire society, the lawyers, the advocates, and then the judges, and then the law minister, and then the legal experts, legal scholars, jurists, and experts in the field of law, we have to come out with a lot of ideas how to book the AI liable for its offenses, crimes, and then the violation of law, break of law, and it's a disaster what it will make to this entire society. Because the society needs law and order, whatever the society it might be. It's a civilized or uncivilized or whatever it might be. We are all a social animal. All human beings are a social animal. So everybody needs a law and order. So whatever in the society, maybe a technology, robotics, artificial intelligence, cloud computing, you may say that innovation, this innovation, whatever in the future also, new invention, whatever the pinnacle of progress the human mankind is achieving, we need to be under the control of the law and order. If we are not under the control of the law and order, if there is no legal framework, if there is no draft regulation, if we don't have a proper debates on the legal perspectives to control anything, that society will face a worst disaster. Worst disaster. So in such a way, as a concluding remarks, I would like to say, I would like to request the students community, the advocates, the law students, and the legal research scholars, everybody to research on this area. How I have in my 10 minutes of time given to me, from my level best, I have briefed the case studies and then the areas which AI is going to give an impact and how AI is going to transform the society and then impact on the every human's life. So we all must be precaution. Prevention is better than cure. So in this way, we must be ready to make the legal regulations, laws, sections, barracks, and then the rules and regulations to regulate the AI, channelize the AI in the right path, which will pave way to benefit the mankind, benefit the entire world, benefit the global nations. Because even now we are speaking about the World War III. So you imagine a World War III with artificial intelligence. You imagine a World War III with some other kind of a technological innovation. Whatever you may say, every innovation, every invention, every kind of growth is for a human progress and welfare of the people, the poor, underprivileged, weaker sections, downtrodden, backward, and then suppressed, oppressed. No innovation should harm them. So entire the welfare of the society, the world, the Vasudeva Kudumbam, the world is one family. In such a way, we all must work and we have to come out with research ideas and suggestions to the government. And we have to, it is the right time, we need to build a strong legal framework and act, rules, regulations to control and regulate, channelize AA in the right path. Thank you so much. Best wishes to all the participants. With these remarks, I conclude. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Abhishek. That was a phenomenal presentation and it was quite interesting.